Hello everybody, and welcome back to Yoga and Coffee Breaks. For those of you who are new, my name is Lauren, and today we are going to be doing an energized yoga flow to support a strong warrior 3. We're going to begin lying down on our backs. So you're going to extend your legs, extend your arms. If this feels a little cranky in the low back, you can always bend your knees and plant your feet. You also have the option to bring the knees wide in a butterfly position, whatever feels comfortable for you. Go ahead and soften your gaze. If you're ready, close your eyes all the way. And just start by noticing how the body feels. Notice the points of contact of your body on your mat. And the negative space that doesn't touch the ground or your mat. Take note of any spots that are feeling a little achy, a little out of place. And start to notice your breath as it flows naturally in and out of your nostrils. On your next natural exhale, I want you to push all the air out of your body. On your next inhale, fill up your belly, expand your ribs, open up your chest. And exhale your chest, your ribs, your belly. Again, into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale the chest, the ribs, the belly. One more time into the belly, the ribs, the chest. And exhale the chest, the ribs, the belly. Relax your breath. Find a pace that works for you. Once you're ready, you can wiggle your toes, your fingers, roll your wrists, your ankles. Just kind of wake back up. And once you're ready to start moving, you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest and just gently rock side to side. You can keep your eyes closed or you can start to slowly blink them open. Or pause in center. You're going to plant your feet down to your mat. Your fingertips are reaching down towards your heels. It's okay if they don't quite touch. We're going to move through some bridges. You're going to keep your knees in line with your hips and your feet in line with your knees. On an inhale, we're going to lift up. And exhale, bring the hips back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. 3 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time at the top, we hold. Inhale, lift. Hold here. You're going to engage your core. Engage your hamstrings. Press the heels down into your mat. You're going to lighten the load on the left foot, really pressing through the right foot down. And you're going to lift that left knee in line with your left hip and your foot in line with your knee. So you're at a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to bring the foot back down. Shift the weight back to your left foot and lift the right knee up. Bring it down. Left knee up. And bring it down. Right knee up. Remember to breathe, keeping a nice steady flow of inhales and exhales. One more each side, lifting the left leg, bringing it down, and then your right leg, and bringing it down. press your hips up a little higher. And then on an exhale, slowly lower down one vertebra at a time until your pelvis meets the mat. Beautiful work. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then you're going to pause once your knees fall over to the right side. Just let that left leg hang heavy. If this feels okay for you, you can stay here. Or if you'd like, you can stack that right ankle on top of that left knee. Take one more breath in. Breath out. Remove the foot. Come back through center. Let the knees fall over to the other side. Again, you can stay here. Just let the weight of the right leg and gravity initiate that stretch. Or if you would like, you can stack that left foot on top of the right knee. Breathing deep. One more breath in and breath out. Remove the left foot, bring the knees back through center. Now you're going to bring your knees to that 90-degree position where your knees are over your hips and your feet are in line with your knees. Then I want you to engage your core so that your back is flush against the mat. I want you to keep your back glued to the mat the entire time through this exercise. Your hands can come behind your head, keep the elbows wide, or your arms can come out in front of you, your choice. I'm going to start with my hands behind my head. On an exhale, you're going to engage your core. You're going to lift your chest up off the mat. And then you're going to start by alternating toe taps. You're going to tap your right toes down, bring the knee back up, left toes down, bring the knee up. We're going to do 5 on each side. Tapping the right toes down and back up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Keep the lower back on the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Lower down. Bring the feet down to the mat. If you'd like, windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then extend your legs long. Arms go up nice and high. Big good morning stretch. Reach toes and fingers away from each other. And then you're going to walk your feet over to the right side of the mat and your arms to the right side of the mat. So you're in this kind of banana shape. Option to stack that left foot over the right for a little deeper of a stretch. And breathe into that left rib cage, that left shoulder. One more breath in. Breath out. Release the foot, walk the arms and the feet back through center, and then over to the other side. Option across the right ankle over left this time. And then release, coming back through center. You're going to bring your knees back into your chest, maybe rock side to side, just real quick, just for a little reset. And then when you're ready, you have 2 options. You can either roll to one side and press yourself up, or if it feels okay in your spine, you can rock a couple times and rock yourself up. We're going to meet in a tabletop position. So we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. Your fingers are going to be nice and wide. Try to spread them out as much as possible. On your inhale, we're going to make our way to a cow pose, dropping the belly and looking forward. And as you exhale, push the mat away with your hands round your spine. Feel the stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop your belly, look forward. Exhale, push and round. Inhale, drop. Exhale, push and round. One more round. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, push and round. Inhale, back to a neutral tabletop. we're going to send our right foot out to the side. If you know me, you know I love a good inner thigh stretch. I'm going to tuck my left toes just for some support. Slightly arch your back and start to shift your hips back towards that left heel. Once you feel the stretch, you're going to pause. If you'd like, you can stay up on your hands for some support, or you can drop down to your elbows. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhales help you lengthen through the spine. Exhales help you move deeper into your stretch. One more breath in. Breath out. Inhale, come back up to your hands, and you're going to swing that leg around. You're going to heel toe that foot in between your hands so that that foot is in line with your hip. You're going to let your hips sink down, a little low lunge. Settling in. Then you're going to walk your hands up to that front knee. You're going to come out of the lunge slightly. I want you to tuck that pelvis under. Left arm reaches up. You're going to push the ceiling away and tip over to the right. If you'd like a little bit more, you can inch the toes forward. Keep the core engaged. Keep the ribs tucked in and the pelvis tucked under. You shift forward. Inhale, come back through center. And bring your hands to your hips. You can start to let your hips sink down to the mat. Take a big breath in. And on your big breath out, you're going to shift back. You're going to start to straighten that front leg. If this is enough for you here in the hamstring, you can stay here. You can start to hinge forward at the hips, keeping your back nice and straight. You can bring your hands to blocks or your hands down to your mat. Big breath in, lengthen through the spine. Big breath out. Inhale. And exhale. If your hands are down on the mat, go ahead and bring them back to your hips. We're going to inhale, lift our torso back up, bend into that front knee. Take a breath in, breath out. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Heel toe your foot to the outside edge of your mat and swing the leg back around. Find your tabletop, maybe shake your hips outside to side. And we're going to go to the left side, sending our left foot out to the side, tucking our right toes. Arching the back slightly and start to shift back towards that right heel. Find your stretch, maybe drop down to your elbows if it feels nice, and take a few deep breaths. One more breath in and breath out. Inhale, come back up to your hands, bring that leg around, heel toe the foot inside your hands. Go ahead and drop your hips. Just get comfortable. And then walk your hands up to that front knee. Come out of the lunge slightly. Tuck the pelvis under. Knit the floating ribs in. Right arm comes up. Press the ceiling away. Find that nice stretch along that right side of your body. And then tip over just slightly. This isn't about how far over you can bend. It's about the stretch in front of that right hip. Maybe you'll feel it on the outside of your hip as well. You think about pressing and just tipping slightly. If you would like more of a stretch, you can inch the toes forward. Keep those floating ribs knitted in and shift forward. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, come back through center. Hands come back to your hips. You're going to start to sink your hips down. Just come into a low lunge. You're going to press into that left foot. Start to straighten the left leg. Flex the toes. And then from here, you can stay, or you can start to hinge forward, keeping the back nice and straight. Maybe you bring the hands down to blocks or down to your mat. Few deep breaths here. Visualize sending your deep breaths to your hamstrings. One more breath in. Breath out. Start to bring your hands back to your hips, engage the core, and then inhale, lift the torso up, bend into that front knee, find your low lunge. Hands come down to the mat, framing that front foot. And then we're going to heel toe that foot to the outside edge of our mat, swing it around to find your tabletop, shake it out side to side. Maybe move through a cat-cow, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to walk our knees back a little bit so that we're in a straight line from our knees to our heads. We're in a modified plank here. Make sure that your hands are about the same width of your shoulders. You're going to rotate the elbow pits forward. Think about you're trying to grab a piece of paper right at your armpits. So you're really engaging those lats. And then on an exhale, slowly lower down by sending your elbow straight back to your belly. Extend the legs long. On your breath in, you're going to inhale, peel the chest off the mat. We're not pressing into our hands just yet. We're using our back muscles to lift us up, pressing the tops of our feet into the mat. On an exhale, you lower down. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up and pause. Maybe test by taking your hands off the mat. If this is enough of a strengthening exercise for you, you can stay here. Or if you'd like more, extend the arms forward. Exhale, cactus your arms out to the side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Really feel your muscles working for you at the end. Exhale, cactus. And lower down. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your feet side to side. Relax that low back. And then extend your legs long. Bring your hands around your shoulders. Nice wide fingers. You're going to inhale. Press your hands into the mat this time. Lifting up, cobra pose. And then exhale, lower down. From here, we're going to shift back to our tabletop, but we're going to do it with intention. Press your hands into the mat. Engage your core. You're going to lift yourself up just about an inch off the mat. Engage your core more, and then press your hands using your arm muscles to get you up. So keeping that straight back. Now we're going to come back to our tabletop, bringing our knees back in, shake our hips side to side. Coming back to center, tuck all 10 toes, engage your core, lift your knees off the mat. Exhale, send your hips high for your first downward facing dog of practice. You can pedal out your feet. Whatever movements you need. Really pressing the hands down into the mat, rotating those elbow pits forward. Looking down at your feet, if you can see your heels, see if you can hide your heels behind your toes. And sending those sit bones up nice and high. On an inhale, between your hands, and you're going to slowly walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Go nice and slow. This can be a nice calf and hamstring stretch if you let it. Come up to the top of your mat. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Get your torso over your thighs. Maybe capture either elbow for ragdoll. And you can gently rock side to side. Pause and center. Let your right hand plant down onto the mat between your feet. You're going to bend into that right knee, straighten that left leg. Inhale that left arm up to the ceiling. Big breath in. Big breath out. Another breath in. Exhale, the left hand down replaces the right hand. Bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Inhale, right arm up. Your next exhale, you bring that arm down, hang over your legs, nice and heavy. Press your feet down into the mat and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Coming to stand if you need to. Shake it out, reset. And now we're going to flow through 3 sun salutations. So, feet can be hip width distance apart, or for a more traditional approach, you can bring the feet together, big toes touch, small space between the heels. You're going to think zip up through the inner thighs, tuck the pelvis under, engage that core, bringing the belly button towards the spine, knitting those floating ribs in, roll the shoulders up, down, and back, palms face forward, and small tuck of the chin to lengthen the back of the neck so that we're not lifting up. We have a nice straight spine. On an inhale, we reach our arms up overhead, and as we exhale, we bend our knees, hinge at the hips, and fold forward. On an inhale, we come to a halfway lift, fingertips to your mat or fingertips to your shins. Really lengthen through your spine and the crown of your head forward. Exhale, lower down, plant your hands. We're going to step back to a plank pose. On this first round, I'm going to do a modified version of our sun salutations. So from here, I want you to really feel the strength of your plank for a second. So engage your core, kind of lower the hips, make sure that they're not dipping too low or lifted too high. You're in a nice straight line, thinking about that alignment we just did in our Tadasana mountain pose. Lower your knees down. Think about that piece of paper in your armpits. Elbow pits are reaching forward. We go down, sending our elbows straight back, grazing our rib cage. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Press your hands into the mat, engage your core, lifting up to your knees, tucking the toes, and finding your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, start to make your way to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise with a flat back this time, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. If that felt good for you, do that same variation this next time. We're going to do a full variation of our sun salutation the second round. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend, hinge, and fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. We step back to plank and we pause. We feel the strength. Feel that alignment from our Tadasana, tucking the tailbone under, tucking those floating ribs in, pressing the mat away nice and strong. On an exhale for our full chaturanga, again, think about that piece of paper being held between your armpits. Elbow pits reach forward. We're going to shift forward slightly, bending into our elbows, grazing our rib cage, coming to 90 degrees with our arms. Flip over the tops of the toes. Lift the chest up. Keep the thighs off the mat for upward facing dog. Exhale, engage your core, coming back through kind of a plank, flipping the toes and finding your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Think you're looking over a diving board at that nice blue water in the pool. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise with a flat back. Arms reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We have one more. Choose your variation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend, hinge, and fold. Inhale, look over that diving board. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to your plank. Find that strength. Pause here for a few breaths. Find your alignment. And find your version of chaturanga, lowering down, flipping over to the tops of your toes or finding baby cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, make your way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold and pause. We're going to start our main flow here. We're going to send our hips back like we're sitting into a chair. Hint, hint, we're going into chair pose, so much fun. Your fingertips are grazing the mat by your toes. From here, you're going to keep the alignment in your legs. All you're going to do is lift the torso off your thighs, engaging your core, tucking those floating ribs in, sinking back a little further if you can, rotating the pinky fingers forward. Big breath in, big breath out. Now we're going to jump straight into some balance work. You're going to shift your weight over to the right foot. Pop your left heel. You're already balancing here. From here, I want you to lift that left knee in towards your chest. Send the toes with control towards the back of your mat until your toes find the mat, planting down, finding your crescent lunge. Big breath in, big breath out. Maybe inch the toes forward a little bit more if you can, sink a little deeper. Always thinking about the rib cage, tucking those floating ribs in, making sure that that left hip is reaching forward, right hip is reaching back, so that those two bony parts of our hips are pointing forward. Big breath in. On your big breath out, we're gonna hinge forward at the hips so that we're in one straight line from our fingertips to our heels, charging crescent. Keep that nice deep bend in that front knee. You're gonna shift forward slightly, bringing the back toes in a little bit. You're gonna shift the weight to that front foot, bring the left toes in, and then send them back out. Bring them in, send them back out. 3 more times, in and out, in and out. Last time, in, and we stay out, coming back up to a crescent lunge. Big breath in. Big breath out, cactus your arms. Exhale, we hinge forward back into that charging crescent. You're going to pulse your thumbs up towards the ceiling. So pulsing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms are going to reach down the sides of your leg. And we're going to take a row. So elbows come straight back. We're going to squeeze between the shoulder blades. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, extend. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, last one. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Arms reach up back to your crescent lunge. Glue that back heel down. Open up. Warrior 2. So our Warrior 2. Front toes are pointing forward. Back foot is parallel with the short edge of our mat. We're bending into that front knee. Back leg is straight. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. We're not reaching forward. On an inhale, we flip the front palm. On an exhale, we reverse our warrior, reaching back. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, right elbow to the right knee, left arm reaches forward. Inhale, back to your Warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. You're going to reach your fingertips forward as far as you can, sending your hips to the back of the mat. You're going to bring your right hand towards the mat, left arm up for your triangle pose. You can rest that right hand on your ankle. You can bring it down inside your foot, outside your foot, or if you want to work on your core, you engage your core and you float those fingers. Gaze looks up. We're going to bend into that front knee, coming back to our Warrior 2. And on an exhale, find Skandasana to the back of your mat, bending into that back knee and lowering your hips down as far as you can. Gaze goes towards the front of the mat. We're going to shift into that right foot, coming to the front. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Little spinal twist. Heel toe that front foot to the outside edge of the mat. Shift your weight into that left hand. Really push the mat away here. Swing the right leg around. Find your side plank. Really lift up through the left rib cage. Like there's a spike that you're avoiding, puncturing your ribs. Big breath in. Big breath out. We bring our hand down to the mat and we find our vinyasa. You can take your high to low lunge, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and coming back to the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale. Send your hips back. Finding that chair pose. Once again, we're going straight into the other side. Shift your weight to that left foot. Pop the right heel. Drive the right knee into your chest and then send the toes back until you find your crescent lunge. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Hop forward slightly with the back toes. The right toes come in and they go out. They come in for 4, back out, 3, 2, and 1. Send the toes out, lift the torso up, big breath in, big breath out, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge. We pulse the thumbs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come down, and we do that row. We come up for 5, back down for 4. Squeeze the shoulder blades for 3, and 2, And 1. Arms sweep up, big breath in. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Glue that back heel down, open up, warrior 2. Inch the toes forward if you need a little extra space to get that knee over the heel. Inhale, flip that front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, left elbow, left knee, right arm reaches forward. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, reach the fingertips forward, find your triangle pose. Anytime you feel like you are wanting to quit, reconnect with your breath. Big breath in, big breath out, bend into that front knee, come back to your warrior 2, find your skandasana. Inhale, look at the front of your mat. Exhale, shift your weight to that left foot, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up. Press the hand into the mat, heel toe that left foot to the outside edge of your mat, and find your side plank. Press the mat away, come out of those right ribs. Big breath in, big breath out. We come back to our plank pose, and we find our vinyasa. Knee all the way back up to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend into your knees. Graze the mat with your fingertips. Inhale, come up to your chair. We're going to start to balance with our warrior 3s. Shift your weight to the right foot. Pop the left heel. Drive the left knee up. Send the toes back like you're going to crescent and pause. Straight line from your fingers to your toes. If this is enough for you here, stay here. Work on your warrior 3. Or start to hinge forward at the hip. Try to keep that left hip angled down. If you need to, flex your toes and dial the toes down towards the mat. Hands can be on your hips, out to the side, in front of you, whatever helps your balance. Big breath in, big breath out. Think, engage the back muscle so you're almost doing a little baby back bend in the upper back. Really engage your core here. Big breath in, big breath out. Toes find the mat, find your high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Press the mat away, lift the right foot up, right knee comes to your right wrist, right foot out to the side of your mat. Finding your pigeon pose. Finally, a break. Big breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, either stay here on your hands, or if you'd like, you can drop down to your elbows. You can stack your forearms, drop down to your forehead. Take a moment to slow your heart rate. Take one more big breath in, big breath out. Walk up to your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee, send your toes back, take your vinyasa or skip it. Make your way back to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. Bend your knees, send your hips back, finding your chair pose. Last chair pose of practice, I promise. Shift your weight to your left foot, drive your right knee up. Start to send your toes back like you're finding your high crescent lunge and pause. Stay here or start to hinge forward, finding your warrior 3. If you fall out of it, smile and find your way back in the same way we came back in earlier. Try not to just jump back into the pose without building your strong foundation. Big breath in. Big breath out, toes find the mat, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot. Press the hands into the mat, drive your knee to your chest, find your pigeon pose. big breath in, big breath out. Option is stay on your hands or drop down to your elbows. One more big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, walk up to your hands, swing that back leg around, and make your way onto your back. If you would like a little bit more of a core work, arms reach forward, engage your core, and slowly, with control, lower down one vertebra at a time. When you start to feel momentum take over, engage your core a little bit more. Find that control. And lower down. Bring your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Keep your right knee into your chest, send the left leg long, finding a spinal twist. Right arm comes out to the side. Guide your right knee over to the left. One more breath in, breath out. Guide your right knee back through center and switch sides. Left knee in, right leg long, left arm out to the side, and then twist. Feels so good to be done, doesn't it? Inhale your knee back through center. Give both knees a hug into your chest. Maybe rock side to side one last time. Whatever other poses you would like to do before our last pose, Shavasana, feel free to do them. Otherwise, we're going to extend our legs long out in front of us. Arms out to the side. Maybe notice if your back was a little cranky and you needed to bend your knees. Notice if you're able to extend your legs. If not, notice if there's any difference in the level of crankiness. Start to soften your gaze, close your eyes. Going back through that same body scan, notice if there were any areas that were cranky at the beginning of practice. Notice if they've relaxed. If you're able to melt into the mat a little bit more. Scan your body for any muscles that are still holding on, and tell them that it's okay to let go. On your next natural exhale, exhale all breath from your body. Take a deep breath into the belly, expand the ribs, open the chest, and exhale fully. Enjoy your Shavasana. In just a few minutes, I will wake you. Enjoy this time for yourself. Slowly start to bring awareness back to your body. Start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe roll your wrists, your ankles. Eventually extend your arms above your head. Big good morning stretch. Fingers, toes reach away from each other. And roll onto your right side. Take a minute before pressing yourself up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your palms to touch, hands at heart center. Exhale all breath from your body. Take a deep breath in. May I be free from fear. Exhale. Inhale. May I be at ease. Exhale. Inhale. May I be happy. Hold that one at the top. And exhale fully. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank yourselves, thank your bodies, and thank your internet neighbors for their energy. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching and practicing with me today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please consider dropping a like or subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.